Obviously, one of our best performances, both ends of the court, backboard. The depth was there, and then just a word on it was a special day, it was a special weekend. To have some of the all-time greats and the championship teams. The women's team. I met a couple. I had a chance to spend some time with a couple of their players yesterday, and saw our the men's 2004 team was around. It was just an awesome vibe all weekend. So it was great to to rise to the moment and put forth our best effort in front of a bunch of champions today. And then the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. Which is a huge part of our team, which we had a chance to spend time with them, earlier in the week, and those amazing families and amazing kids and unbelievable staff there. So just to have them here and bring awareness to their fight and attention to them, and and maybe a call to to really support them financially or in any way that we can. Incredibly brave kids and families and staff there. So they're all in the locker room with us after the game. A couple of them standing next to Emeka and Ben. It was just probably the best locker room scene that I've ever been a part of.
When you have a performance like this, do you see it coming in a practice or anything that you guys are?
Hell no. Hell no. These guys were horrible 2 days ago, and I was second guessing the week, and maybe we pushed it a little bit too hard in practice. But we wrinkled up some things offensively. We emphasized the transition game because that's somewhere where we've needed to improve. But I think probably the single biggest thing was just Donovan finally got 4 or 5 practices to get himself a rhythm, cardio. Players get used to him. He gets used to the players. So I think there's just Donovan now resembling more of Donovan.
Is this the healthiest he's been, just given how he started the season?
Yeah, I mean, he's got no issues with his foot. His weight is back to around where it was last year or lighter, so you could see the mobility out there. You could see it's not coincidental that we made more threes with him back because we got better threes because of the paint and rim pressure he puts on in the roll game. And even an off-ball screen game becomes an extension of the ball screen game for us because you got to put 2 on the ball with Tristan and Cam and Caravan. So Donovan just impacts everything.
Yeah, I think 10 different guys did a 3, if I'm not mistaken. 10 different guys had an assist. I mean, I know some of that was garbage time, but by and large, just the overall depth today.
Yeah, I think we had 14 at halftime, and I think obviously you don't expect to make 17 threes, but I've just expected this team again with a healthy Donovan, with a Spencer, with a Ball, with a Caravan, with a T-New. Obviously, the Donovan 3, I'm still processing that. I know that all you people are happy because you had all the summer bullshit articles that you were writing about his 3 game, and I'm going to have to get that shit under control with him. But, yeah, I mean, I think we're a really good shooting team. I think Caravan and Spence are 2 of the better shooters in college. And T-New, when he gets him in the flow of the offense, he's a guy that's a high 30s, low 40s three-point shooter, even though they're not there right now.
Dan, the defensive effort the last couple games has been really strong. Obviously today, they had 7 points, I think, in the first 14 minutes. Just what have you guys found? What's different?
Yeah, I think just getting Steph back, Steph's health and being back, and he's been tremendous defensively, and he's doing a lot of the stuff that Andre would do for us in terms of his one-on-one defense. He's not necessarily making like the splash, weak side block, freakish things, but his ability to like shut a guy down on the perimeter at 6'6", the way he moves his feet and his physical strength. I think his emergence And then the embarrassment of where our defense was going. I mean, there was some brutal film sessions. We were obviously Donovan being out. Now defensively, we probably resemble more of a top 5 defense, top 10 defense at worst when Kling Kong's in there.
How important was this game for the bench? Like Solo had a good shooting game. Is that for those guys? How important was it?
Yeah, we said it yesterday. I mean, for us to get to our ceiling, got to get Solo going, and got to be got to get Stewie comfortable out there. We want to be able to get to 9. Obviously, we love Sampson and we love Hassan off the bench. It wasn't one of Hassan's better games, but he was disruptive defensively. But Solo's a weapon. That shooting is real. Obviously, we were the beneficiary of a couple banks there, but he made 3 clean ones, and Stewie's starting to look really comfortable. That lob play and some of his passing is really impressive.
You're coaching a game like this with the people behind the bench that were behind the bench. Obviously you want to impress them, but was that something that you thought about at all?
I never looked back there. Who was back there? All the players were back there? The only person I look at is my wife. And, we're habitually late for a lot of things. So sometimes she's not in her seat, post-anthem, and it rattles me a little bit. But the only person I ever look at is my wife. I'm actually pretty oblivious. I didn't see them until the tunnel at halftime, but I'm not really aware of what's going on in the game.
Does it feel good to have this sort of performance with them all there, or does that not change much?
I don't know if we'd have won by 3 in a hard-fought Big East cage match. You just couldn't lose in front of that group, and they all addressed the team in the locker room. That was obviously a special group of guys. Ben, and Emeka and Shad and all these guys were in there. CV and just Big Ed Nelson, and they all had great things to say. Ben had some awesome things to say in there to the group. There's some pressure, I guess, for us to win. But we know that we stick to our formula: elite defense, elite offense, win the backboard, play harder than the opponent. That we stay away from being vulnerable.
Talk about the Hawk today.
Yeah, I mean that's when you get Ben, Hawk, Shot in here, probably going to shoot good, right? Yeah, so it was great. Seeing Jordan. I didn't even know Jordan was coming to the game, so. Seeing Hawk was awesome. Keep freeing Hawk.
What were you doing in 2004? What was your recollection of the UConn championship season?
I was at the game. I was sitting next to Bob, Big Bro, in San Antonio, and I can't remember if I was outwardly rooting for UConn in that game, but I definitely wanted UConn to win. And it wasn't anything with Bob. I love my brother, but I loved that UConn team. I mean, I loved that. That was such a great team with Emeka and Ben, Talik. And I hope Talik's seats absolutely suck today. He should have been in like the highest section, because if they're, he better have been way, way up high, because I don't put anything past Talik. He's ruthless.
They're playing Xavier next, so we got to see both teams as scout.
What a sneak.
He was right behind you. Yeah.
Was he really? Did he have a pen and a pad? Because I don't think he's going to remember all of it, the terminology. Don't worry, I'll change it. Shit.
And how comfortable are you guys with the target on your back? I mean, being number 1, defending champs, a day like today, it could be a lot of pressure on some teams, but you guys now, it seems like that's just part of it. You guys are just very comfortable.
I think 2 things. I think the championship obviously helps a lot. I think it keeps us all calm, because we've got a full coaching staff that returned, from that stayed intact and probably shouldn't stay intact past this year. Luke Murray and Kamani Young should be on every head coaching search list. Whether it's our league or another league or what have you. I mean, I got the best people around me. So championship staff, championship players, and I think last January helped us a lot. As bad as that was to go through, we know we went through an absolute crushing month of January. So I think we go into games not necessarily afraid to to lose a basketball game, I think, because we walked through the fire and still dominated the NCAA tournament last year. So in a weird way, we're like not afraid to drop a game somewhere. So we go out and we really are attacking these games.
Can you talk about Steph's contribution on both sides of the ball today?
Just Steph being, it's, again, I don't know these fucking the mock drafts. There's people that do it. Because there's a lot that goes into that. There's all types of people behind the scenes, controlling those things. Steph just is just humility and lack of giving a shit about, what some scout wants to see, and just being a total team guy, getting all over the glass, taking away the other team's best player, attacking the rim, pushing in transition. I mean, he's doing a lot of the same types of things that Andre did for us last year. But he's also solid. He's not making a lot of mistakes out there.
Dan, just give me the call for 1 second. How proud of you of what he's done so far as a rookie, and the way he handled getting sent down a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it starts at home before they get here. I mean, when you get, Craig and Jasmine and the job they did with their son, the accountability, the you're never the victim. They didn't buy into the victimology thing. Anytime there were struggles while he was at UConn, it was a Jordan issue and not a coach screwing him issue. So when you have that type of base and the talent, there's a mindset there, and he's just a perfect modern NBA player. His skill set and the way he shoots the ball, but his ability to, when he went down to the G League and handle it like a pro and a man and played well, and then when he's gotten his opportunity, he's had multiple 30-point games. It's funny too. I think some of the scouts were wondering about his defense. Nobody's playing defense, and he's had more. He's had more higher scoring games in the NBA than he did here. So really proud of him and Andre and all the guys. Good. Thank you.